So I recently made a video about how I tried to visit my family on Father's Day and how it didn't go well at all, and I had to leave early because I wanted to help this stray dog and my dad was not having it at all, and so he basically kicked me out and I took the dog, and I've kind of gone no contact with my family since because they got really abusive about me wanting to help this dog. So I didn't really get into the dog part of it. So what happened was, this dog had been running around my parents' street for 3 weeks, howling at night. I don't know if he was dumped, but that's kind of how it seems. And the neighbors had called animal control, and animal control never came out because it's a big city shelter, it's constantly full, and they genuinely just don't have room for more dogs. And it's a very high kill shelter. Now this dog is a pit bull also, and so his chances would have been slim to none. And my mom and some of the nice neighbors were leaving food out for him and stuff, and the mean neighbors even called the cops on him and lied and said he was aggressive just to get the cops to pick him up and put him down, which is so sickening. But anyway, so the dog didn't trust anybody until I came, and he came right up to me, put his head in my hands, and that was it. Like, we were best friends. And so for the few days I was there, I would feed and hang out with the dog, and my dad was just getting more and more mad until he exploded on Father's Day. That's besides the point. This is about the dog. So my boyfriend came to pick us up early. I could not leave the dog there because one of the neighbors had caught him and was about to take him to the extremely high kill shelter, which pit bulls don't stand a chance in. So I took him, boyfriend picked us up. The no-kill shelter that we found, that we were planning to take him to, was not open because it was Father's Day and Sunday. So we decided the dog would spend the night with us. And let me tell you, it was a few hours ride from my parents' house to where we live, and this dog was a perfect angel. Okay, like, all he did was silently look out the window in wonder as the landscape changed from city to country to forest, and it was really precious, and I got really emotional because some of these people were just trying to get this dog euthanized for no reason, and he's such a good dog. We get here, and he hit it off with all of my animals instantly, okay? Like, normally I'm very careful about introductions, but he was nothing but sweet. So he spent the night in our room with us, and my animals sleep in the front room. And he kept trying to climb up on the bed and cuddle with me, which was so sweet and cute. And, like, honestly, he was like the perfect dog. Like, we have dogs, cats, guinea pigs, a bunny, a turtle. Like, and he did great, was unfazed by all of them, except my pit bull, Cody. Like, they were best friends right away. They were just wanting to play all night. And this dog never tried to bite or snap at me or my boyfriend. He let us give him a bath. He let us pick him up. He let us walk him on leash, though begrudgingly. Like, zero issues whatsoever. The only problem we had was that he was marking everything because he's not fixed yet. Anyway, so we ended up taking him to the no-kill shelter the next day. I really did not want to because I had just lost my family and I didn't want another goodbye, but I had to because Henry and I had agreed, and even though I told him, that morning, hey, I really don't want to take him, he said, well, this was the agreement, and, like, I couldn't deny that. So we dropped him off at the no-kill shelter. I tried to visit him while he's been on stray hold, but I wasn't allowed to see him because he wasn't on the adoption floor. And so I've been waiting for them to put him on the adoption floor so I can visit him. Well, earlier today, I get a phone call from the shelter asking if I was interested in taking him because he's been there a week and a half now, and the kennel stress is getting to him, so he's starting to snap at the shelter staff there, which happens all the time. Any dog can get that. I worked in a veterinary hospital, and if we had inpatients for an extended period of time, they would get seemingly very aggressive. But it's just stress. He was not aggressive toward me and my boyfriend at all, with all the annoying things we were doing to him. And so They said not only has he started getting kind of mouthy, but they tested him for heartworm and he is heartworm positive. And so what that means is, despite them being a no-kill shelter, he is not eligible to be put up for adoption because of his new behaviors from being locked in a cage so long. He's not fixed yet, and they don't have the resources to treat an unadoptable dog's heartworm. And so what they told me was that, because I told them that he was the perfect dog and I had zero issues with him whatsoever. They said he's not eligible for adoption and they want to give me a chance to take him back or he will be euthanized. Now, this is a very stressful situation because from what I saw in the few days I knew him, in the 12 to 24 hours that we had him, he was perfect. All he needs is to be fixed. And I think he's a very adoptable dog. I think it's just the environment, and obviously his heartworm is going to be a long, intensive treatment. But I cannot let this dog die. I just lost my entire family to save this dog's life. And if I'm the only one that can give him a chance, then I'm going to do it. So I think the plan is we're going to go down there in a few days because the shelter is closed for 4th of July weekend for 3 days. I'm going to start the adoption process. They're going to neuter him, thankfully, and then it'll be up to me and my boyfriend to give him the best chance at life possible, and that means treating his heartworm. Now, that's going to be several thousands of dollars, and that's a lot of money to us. And to make things worse, right now 2 of my senior dogs are hospice. They both have brain tumors. We're managing those the best we can, but obviously there's not too much we can do for that. It's still very heartbreaking, and I'm already under a lot of emotional stress, but I am not going to suffer the abuse of my family and have to cut them off for my safety to save this dog's life just to be the only one that could give him a chance and turn him away. So I think we're going to need a lot of help. If anyone out there is willing and able to support us through this journey, we will document it and share it with you all. But it's going to be very, very expensive and very, very long and tedious, and it's going to suck for everybody involved. But this dog really deserves a chance to live. He was nothing but wonderful. I'll include a few pictures here that I took before we dropped him off at the shelter, but he's honestly just such a cutie and such a goofball. They estimated he's about 5 years old, so he's not that old. He's middle-aged. And he just really deserves a chance. And the fact that so many people want to give up on him and want him euthanized either for being a pit bull or for the nerve of being homeless or because of this completely preventable problem of kennel stress at the shelter or this completely treatable condition, it's just not fair. He didn't do anything wrong, and my heart breaks for him. So I'm really going to try to do my best for this dog. And if people can help and they want to help, you can donate to us. We have the link to our website in the description, and I have a QR code that I put at the end of videos, and that money goes directly to my animals' care and their comfort for the ones that are at the end of life. And you can even add a note. There's a little option to include a message with your donation, and you can tell us exactly what you want it to go to. You can tell us if you want it to go to the heartworm treatment or my hospice dog's medications, because they're on quite a few to keep them comfortable, food, literally anything, whatever you want. It really all goes to them, because my mission is to help as many animals as possible. I take in animals that would otherwise have nowhere else to go and basically have a death sentence. That's why most of my dogs are seniors and disabled and hospice. But the past few years, the pet problem has gotten so bad that I've just been taking in any of them that I can. If I cross paths with an animal and they have nowhere else to go, I'll be your mom. And I'm kind of building my own family, I guess, because life has failed these animals just like it failed me. And I just really want to give them the best that I can. But if we take in this dog, we're really gonna need some help. And I hate asking for help, but it's not for me, and he really, really deserves it. If that's something that people would be willing to help with, we would be eternally grateful, because this dog is super sweet and really seemed like the perfect dog, and he really, really deserves a chance. Thank you for listening. I'll keep everyone updated on what goes on, and hopefully we can give this boy a long and happy life and get him back to health. And, you know, I lost my family and he lost his family, and that's kind of what brought us together. And so we can be a family together, and hopefully that will heal his heart in more ways than one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for anyone who considers supporting us. I don't know what else to say, just thank you.